Carlos Alcaraz explains why he hasn't spoken to Rafa Nadal in months. Since Rafael Nadal's historic farewell at the Davis Cup on November 19, 2024, the tennis world has felt an irreplaceable void. That day, in an atmosphere filled with emotion, the Mallorcan ended one of the most brilliant careers in history after his defeat to Botic van de Zandschulp in the quarterfinals of the tournament held in Malaga. For many fans, colleagues, and rivals, it remains difficult to accept that we will no longer see Nadal competing on the professional circuit. Since then, the 22-time Grand Slam champion has chosen to stay away from the spotlight and the racket, fully focusing on his family and enjoying a more peaceful life. This decision has been respected even by some of his closest friends, such as young tennis player Carlos Alcaraz, who revealed in a recent interview with Sport that he has not spoken to Nadal since that farewell at the Davis Cup. "He deserves to be at peace with his family, enjoying what he couldn't before," said Alcaraz, currently ranked number 3 in the world. The Mercian player fully understands Nadal's need to disconnect, as the Spaniard dedicated more than 2 decades of his life entirely to tennis, sacrificing personal and family moments for the sake of competition. Alcaraz, widely regarded as Nadal's natural heir in Spanish tennis, has repeatedly expressed his admiration for the Mallorcan. However, he has also shown respect for his decision to take a break and prioritize his well-being. Although they have not been in contact for months, the young player makes it clear that his respect and admiration for Nadal remain intact. While Nadal enjoys this new phase away from tennis, the circuit continues, and Alcaraz keeps solidifying himself as one of the sport's biggest stars. However, it is evident that Nadal's legacy remains present in every corner of the tennis world. Carlos Alcaraz's ranking chase and the rise of tennis's next big promise. With Jannik Sinner's suspension, an opportunity opens up in the ATP rankings that Carlos Alcaraz must seize. Meanwhile, the biggest leap of the week in the global standings belongs to João Fonseca, who has climbed 31 spots after winning in Buenos Aires. This week in world tennis has brought plenty of news, none as big as Jannik Sinner's suspension, which will keep him off the courts for 3 months. However, he is expected to return in time for Roland Garros and even the Rome Masters 1000. But Sinner has not been the only focus of attention. João Fonseca, the new star of world tennis, has claimed his first ATP title at just 18 years old by winning the ATP 250 in Buenos Aires. This achievement confirms that the Brazilian is now a real contender and will soon be fighting among the best. These developments, among many others, are reflected in the ATP rankings. Jannik Sinner's case remains one of the most talked about topics on the circuit. The Italian, who has solidified himself as the world number 1 with a considerable lead, now faces a tricky situation. As he takes a break, his ranking advantage is steadily decreasing. This week alone, he has lost 500 points, and if his absence extends, his dominance could be further threatened. Waiting for any opportunity are his closest rivals in the standings, Germany's Alexander Zverev, ranked number 2 in the world, and Spain's Carlos Alcaraz, currently number 3. While Zverev is struggling to regain top form during the South American swing, Alcaraz finds himself in a more favorable position and has a great opportunity in Doha. If he manages to go deep in the tournament, he could cut a significant number of points and move closer to the top of the rankings. If we analyze the top 10, the standout player of the week is Daniil Medvedev. Despite not being at his peak, the Russian reached the semifinals of the Marseille tournament, earning enough points to climb 2 spots in the rankings. Thanks to this result, Medvedev now sits in 6th place in the world rankings, overtaking both Australian Alex de Minaur and Serbian Novak Djokovic. Beyond this movement, the rest of the top 10 remains unchanged, though this stability may not last long. Next week promises significant shifts in the rankings, as the ATP 250 in Doha will feature 5 of the tour's biggest names. With so many points at stake and several positions up for grabs, the battle for the top spots is expected to intensify even further. Fonseca has arrived. If there is one player who deserves a special mention, it is João Fonseca. With his victory in Buenos Aires, he has climbed from number 99 to number 68 in the rankings, a 31-spot jump that brings him closer to direct entry into the top tournaments. Considering his current form and the fact that he has very few points to defend, he is likely to continue climbing in the rankings. 2 Serbian players have also made significant strides: Miomir Kekmanovic, who won in Delray Beach and moved up from number 56 to number 42, and Hamad Medjadovic, a finalist in Marseille, who has risen to number 73. It has also been a generally positive week for Spanish tennis. With his semi-final run in Buenos Aires, Pedro Martinez has reached his career best ranking at number 37. Meanwhile, despite a setback, Alejandro Davidovich is back in the top 50. Additionally, Pablo Carreño continues to win challenger titles in his quest to return to the top 100, a goal that is now just 11 places away. Alcaraz and Djokovic embrace Qatari traditions. Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic are in the same section of the draw and could face off in the semifinals of the ATP 500 in Doha. However, before the tournament began, both tennis stars enjoyed a day off at the luxurious Chedi Qatar hotel, where they were photographed wearing traditional attire, taking a camel ride, and posing with falcons. Stefanos Tsitsipas and Grigor Dimitrov also joined the experience. World number 3 Alcaraz will make his debut in the event as the top seed, facing Marin Cilic, who is yet to compete this season due to a knee injury. Meanwhile, Djokovic's fitness will be tested immediately as he recovers from a muscle tear in his left leg. The Serbian aims to match Roger Federer's record of 3 titles in Doha. Novak Djokovic has arrived in Doha to play his first tournament since his unfortunate withdrawal in the Australian Open semi-finals. That incident, which forced him to retire against Jannik Sinner due to physical discomfort, raised doubts about his form. Now, focused on regaining his rhythm and adding more titles, the 37-year-old Serbian faces a crucial week in his schedule. Doha is not just his return to individual competition, it is also a special tournament for another reason. Djokovic will partner with Fernando Verdasco in doubles, marking the Spaniard's final professional appearance before his official retirement. Verdasco, a key figure in Spanish tennis for over 2 decades, will end his career on a special stage, alongside one of the sport's greatest legends. For Djokovic, this week represents a crucial test of both his physical resilience and mental strength. After being forced to withdraw from the Australian Open semi-finals, the Serbian superstar is eager to prove that he is still at the top of his game. With major tournaments on the horizon, every match in Doha will serve as an opportunity to regain rhythm, fine-tune his form, and build confidence for the rest of the season. Given his competitive nature and relentless drive for success, Djokovic will undoubtedly be aiming for nothing less than a title run in Qatar. However, the road to victory will not be easy. The tournament boasts a highly competitive field, with several top players looking to make their own statements early in the season. Each match will demand Djokovic's best, both physically and strategically. Adding to the significance of the week is the farewell of Fernando Verdasco, a longtime rival and respected figure in the sport. As Verdasco bids an emotional goodbye to professional tennis, Djokovic's presence alongside him in doubles will make for a fitting tribute to the Spaniard's remarkable career. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Here at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best content for the best audience. We offer in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. At Tennis Zone, we strive to provide you with up-to-date, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most important events in the tennis world.